back. Yeah, I'm born to. It's dark, it's hot, so leave me where I'm at. I'm living how I want now. No reason to doubt. It's clear to see. All eyes on me, 400 degrees. Who am I? Ruthless, easy does it. In public, hated or love it. The underdogs with liquor swabs. It was written in my diary, the start of war. I'm feeling infamous, immortal with my technique. A revolutionary shining with diamond teeth. Young Don Cartagena, excuse my demeanor. This the glamour life, you still not a player. You ain't half as nice. I'm born again, life after death. I made the sacrifice, I'm super duper fly. Used to keep them hypnotized. I said my name is Juice, America's most. Ain't no half stepping, see you at the crossroads.
Money over on my hands down. Here lies them getting paid for. Never take a loss on my hands.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Kansas City Chiefs. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. Here's Thompson on the return. Uses the spin. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Dumps it off to Lewis. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now it's Jackson. He finds Corey Davis. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A first trip to the red zone for KC. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17.
Watch it now, Barney.
A first carry for Trenton Cannon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Here we go. 3-19.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Going underneath for Lewis. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. third down. Jackson. It's complete. Henry. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that would be pinpoint here.
As I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Leopard! Detroit!
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Trenton Cannon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Point after, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Butker now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Watch him now, Barney!
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And that... Play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Leopard!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he fends him off. Eluding the pressure right. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll set up to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. D. Ford in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's McKenzie. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Here's a 2nd and 7 now from their own 7.
Watch it now, Barney.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson sheds off the tackle. Throw left side complete. That's Patrick. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a first down. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's McKenzie. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. This quarterback now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Now Jackson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. He had a great strong move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it second down. Job Brandon Gaudin is the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. Jackson throwing once more. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Watch it now, Barney.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Back deep is Tavon Austin. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. "12 yards on the return that time. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. Avoids him at the 40. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They keep it with Miller on 1st down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
Now back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That goes for a gain of 31.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Lucky 56.
They go play action here on 1st down. This will be caught inside the 10. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A very solid gain of 27.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Second and goal from the 1.
Over.
He's going to get it running. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So that one will be accepted. The ball placed just outside of the end zone as they come up again on another 3rd and goal. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I get the thought process. 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way. But that means you're counting on your offensive line to win the line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, and there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Jackson on 1st down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quickly.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, Jackson throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs 1st down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of the defense.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Two minutes remain here in the 1st half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
No. Check. Patriot.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And right side, Henry's got it. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
This quarterback now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Again, Jackson. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. If you don't pick up the 1st down.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Hunter Henry, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Butker now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Pretty move. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes...
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Looking to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they sent for into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Thomas, the intended target. after the interception. Here's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. In for the score. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Zoom action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10.
Watch him now, Barney.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now the pitch to Freeman. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The tackle there by Richard Sherman.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Miller. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The Panthers on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. They're going to look to throw. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gordon. Whoa! It still won't go down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
He'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. The first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. As his guys are in for 6, and the Panthers are able to cut into this lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On second down, here's Jackson. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Here's Jackson to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Patrick. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Jackson from the shotgun. Incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Jackson now. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. That's an experienced DB picking off a rookie, and you know sometimes those experienced DBs, they love going against the young pups, don't they?
And I go back to the offseason, had a quick conversation with him about, hey, when you play younger quarterbacks, what's it like for you? And he says it's like being a boxer. I give him a lot of different angles, a lot of different looks, and a lot of times I just bait the young guy.
And there he baited him right into the interception. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. And now it's 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They go play action with Jackson. Flushed out right. His throw caught at about the 5. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll run for it, Dion Lewis. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big...
And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Hunter Henry with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Butker now to kick this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, A lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling him.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Joey Bosa in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He throws, and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. They'll set up a throw. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Going up top. This is caught inside the 15. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. A big play there for the Panthers. 46 yards. He'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. In for the score. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
Here's Thompson to return it. Oh, eluding the tackle. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They go play action here on first down. He'll buy some time right. He's going to let this, and intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. He's picked off at his own 47. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Detroit! No, check, Patriot!
A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
He's going to get this one out to his fullback. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, Had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. They'll look to throw here. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And brought down, but the juke, the very nice juke, gives him the first down yardage there. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Watch him now, Barney!
A give to the fullback on the dive. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this, so Carolina keeps the ball.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever. Now back to throw. Throwing deep for Galladay. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games. And now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Room past the 20. He's at the 50. The 30. The 20. 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Trenton Cannon, 93 yards. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Butker now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Fighting room at the 30. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. to throw now on 2nd and 10. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. The Panthers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. And 12 yards that time and picking up the first.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Gone! Detroit! Gone! All right, now, lucky 56.
Back to throw here. Forced out to his left. And his throw is incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's 2nd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Going to throw right side here, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
I got him, He's mine.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Detroit!
This is Lewis. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. He'll rifle this one deep right. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 24. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Chiefs, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Carolina,